Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the today's video, I am going to create the edit module. As you can see, first of all, here you can see that here I have opened the index.jsp page here in front of you, and here you can see that here as I have created the link, as you can see, by creating the delete module. Into the same link I am going to create, that is anchor tag I am going to given here to navigate to the edit.jsp page. This is the page, as you can see, where I am going to navigate by making use of that link. So let me create it, and let me refresh this page. And as I refresh this page, as you can see, in front of you the link will be going to be activated, and when you click on that edit.jsp page, the page is going to be appear in front of you, but here you can see that but we don't want to only navigate to that page, but with that particular employee id also. So into the similar way as I have created into the delete module, I am getting the employee id dynamically from the database itself, that is from the result set. So result set dot get string, get integer, and employee id, which is the table name, as you can, which is the column name, you can see that. And by making use of that, you can see into the query string, when I refresh the page, as you can see, into the query string, the employee id I got here you can see that this was the employee id that I got. Let me click on another record. When I click on edit of another record, so here you can see that here also we get employee id dynamically, as you can see from that page, as you can see. So now here you can see that we are going to create edit.jsp page first, and we will be then create the method into the employee DAO, such that which takes the argument of the employee id and give us all the data about that employee, about that particular employee, by that specific id. So first of all, let me create a new JSP file here, and into that edit.jsp file I am going to create, and to that edit.jsp page I am going to get the employee id from the index.jsp page. You can see that, let's see how to get that. This is the edit employee page, as you can see. Into that, let me add the java code here. So by making use of the request.get parameter, I am going to getting it. So here I have declared the id variable and request.get parameter, but here you can see that parameter name is the name which you have passed into the index.jsp page. So here you can see that employee underscore id, which is the name we have passed, that is the parameter name here. So by default it is a string. Request.get parameter returns the by default string, except the this. Therefore I have to convert it into the integer. Therefore I am going to write here like this: integer dot parse int, and let me print that by making use of the expression tag, that is, you can see that employee id. Let me print into the edit.jsp page, and when I run this page, you can see that, or let refresh this page, and as soon as I refresh the page, you can see that when I click on edit, so here you can see that the employee id I got from the index.jsp page, that is from the home page of that particular employee. So similarly, when I do with another employee, here you can see that the particular employee id we got here you can see that in front of you. Now here you can say that now our work is that I have to fetch out the data of the all the data of the employee with that particular id to edit, so that I can edit it. So for that purpose I am going to create one method into the employee DAO. That method returns the employee object, and takes the parameter of employee ID. So how that method should be right? So here you can see that in front of you, public void, let me not a void, it is returning the employee object, that is suppose. Therefore I am writing like this: public employee get employee by id, that is user employee id is a parameter to that method. With that particular id we are going to fetch out the details of the employee, the particular employee to edit. We are going to fetch out that details. So it at the parameter, it is the employee id. And first of all, let me declare the employee class, employee instance, which is initially null and which is returned by this method. This method we are creating by making use of that employee object is going to be returned. So here also I need a try catch block, so because the exception can be caught here. Now I am going to create the update query, that is I am going to write the update, not a update query, I am going to write a query here to fetch out the particular details of the employee. So select star from employee, where here is the condition that where the employee id emp id equal to question mark, that is equal to placeholder, that employee id is the parameter of our this method. So let to create the prepare statement object, and let me replace the placeholder by making use of that prepare statement. Psmt dot set integer at the first place, and into that place you have to write employee id. So as soon as I execute that query, I got some result, so that I am going to given as here result set res result set object I have given here, and I have execute that query. If I got that something into that result set, that is if res dot next, so that I it says that I found the employee details with that particular employee id. So that let me now what I am going to do, now I am going to create the employee object here. So object of the employee, and I am going to set the value from the database, from the result set that I got, to that employee object. So let me see, let you can see that like this: employee dot set employee id, and result set dot get integer, and column name is this column name is from the database column name is should be here, which is employee id. So here I have done that. As you can see, I have set the data to the employee object from the result set. Whatever I got from the result set, that I have stored into the employee object, and that employee object is get returned by this method. So here you can see that now I am going to set the employee name also by fetching out the from the result set, and into the similar way, as you can see, I have done it for remaining all the fields of the table, as you can see. Now our work is that now I got the employee object. Now all the data is coming into the employee object, and that object is going to be returned by this method, that you can see that. So this method we require into the edit.jsp page while we are editing the details of the particular employee. So let me come to the edit.jsp page here, and here we are going to fetch out the details of the employee. So with the particular employee IDs, that is passing the parameter to the method which we have just created. So let us create the employee object, employee emp equal to before that, let wait, before that we have to create the object of the employee DAO, which we haven't created, because the method from that we have to use. So let me create the employee DAO object is equal to new employee DAO. Here you can say that new employee DAO, and that method, you can say that method, that object require the connection, that connection provider dot get connection, as you can see. And by make use of that object, you can see that we are going to fetch out the details of the employee, calling that method, by calling that method which we have created, and that the result, whatever the employee details, that I am going to store into the employee entity, as you can see, as I created the instance of that employee. So employee dot get employee by id, and above id which I got, that I have passed to that method. So in this way, all the data of related to that particular employee is going to be fetch out and store it into the employee object here, employee instance, which I have created. So whether it is going to be created, whether it going to be get or not, to verify that, let me write some code like this, that is employee name equal to, let me extract the employee name from that object we have just created. So let me run this program, and let me see whether I got it or not. So it takes some time to run, that is we have make the lot of changes into our code, so that it will get time. You have to log in again here. Let log into the system, and when I click on edit, as you can see, into the edit.jsp page, you will be got the employee name here. Here you can see that the employee name you got here, that is, that employee name is going to be fetched out from the database. As you can see, from the database itself we have got that name. So with this, in the similar way, with that another you can see that employee also I have created this. Now our now you can see that, now here I have to create a form, that is whatever the form I have created into the add employee.jsp, that is what that form which we have created into the by adding the employee, same form I am going to, same form structure I am going to write here, that is card structure we have given. Into that card body I have given that form. So in the similar way as I have created, we are going to create that form, and into that form I am going to set the values that we have got from the employee object. So let us change the name as update employee data, and when I refresh the page, as you can see, we can see that this was the here I have to given the form, and action it should be let me tell you, this form I am going to create into the similar way as I have created into the adding the employee. So let's create the label for name. We have created the name, we have created the field like the name, email, mobile number, like this we have created the, and bootstrap form we are using to complete this tutorial, as you can see. So let me write a bootstrap class, that is form group, to this form, and form control is the class which you have to write into the input field. So input type text equal to, and name also, name we require into the servlet, as we will be creating the servlet of the update, to update the employee into the further, as you can see. So still we are going to create the form. So let me write the class here also, that is the bootstrap class itself is there, which is the form control. And let me show the output, what it looks like. So when I refresh the page, as you can see, the update employee data form, you can see that which should be appear in front of you like this. So here only I have created one field. Let me create the another fields also. So just copy and paste above label and the input field. So, and I have to just change the labels, and what we require, that I have to change only. So this is the gender, this is mobile number, whatever we require, that I am going to replace here. I am going to just changing the label and the placeholders here. So in this way I have created the for all the fields, that is you can see that name, email, mobile number, address, and qualification. I also require a button here, so I am going to given is here a button, submit type of the button I require. So that's why I am going to write here. Let me show the output. So show you the output. Here you can see that this was the output which you got here, which is the update employee form, which is in front of you. Now I have to fetch out all the details of the employee with that particular ID, by making use of that particular ID into that text field. But here you can see that here I have to fetch one more thing, that is which is the employee ID into that text field, and then we are going to hide that text field into the as you can see. Now here you have to write the value attribute. As you can see, the input field is having the value attribute, and by making use of that, you can set the value to the employee to the input field. So by making use of I am going to make use of that value attribute itself here. So now you can see that I am going to this page, and here I am going to write the value attribute to the input type. Here you can say value equal to, and that value of that particular input field is dynamically fetch out from the database, which from the employee object which we have created. Here you can see that in front of you. From that method which we have get that data. So let me refresh the page and let me see. So I got the 8. Here you can see that I got the employee ID. Into the similar way, I am going to create it for the employee name, email, mobile number, address, or whatever that fields are there. That into the same way, I am going to fetch out the details from that employee object. So let me write this. As you can see, I got the employee name also here in front of you, as you can see. Now this remaining fields also I got from that employee object, and let me refresh the page, and as you can see in front of you, all the details are going to be fetched out in front of you. So as soon as I click on that edit link, you can we got the employee data into the edit.csv page, as you can see in front of you. So now here you can see that here also I got the whatever the data you can from the database. So now our work is that I have to, when the user makes some changes into this form, we have to be set this form to the database, update this. First of all, let me hide this employee id field, that is because that field requires only for our requirement. It not need no need to show the user. So here you can see that, and all the data is got, but whenever the user going to be make changes into this field, so and that field should be updated into the database. So for that purpose we require the servlet, so that also we are going to create. So let me write the action update. I am going to write here action. I am going to create the update servlet now, but before that I have to create the DAO, that is employee DAO, which can store this data, which can update this data to the database. So for that purpose we are going to create another method, that is update employee method. We are going update employee method we are going to create. So let me create that method here. Public boolean update employee, and that method is going to be take the argument, that is take the argument of the employee object. It takes the employee object as argument and update the data of that particular employee. And here I am going to create the flag variable, that is a boolean variable. So initially it is a false, and that value is going to be returned by making use of this method, and when the data is going to be updated, it will be going to true. This is for our understanding only. Now I am going to create the update query here. So let me create the update query. Let me write the update table name, which is employees, and set employee id equal to employee name equal to I have to write here question mark, that is I have to write here placeholders, and that placeholder again and then replaced by make use of the prepare statement object, where here is the condition that where I have to update only when I got the employee id as a particular employee id, where emp id equal to question mark. That also placeholder I am going to replace. Let me create the object of the prepare statement psmt equal to connection dot prepare statement for our query which we have created. Now I am going to replace the placeholders all, and the value of first placeholder is whatever I got from the employee object, employee dot get employee name, and into the similar way I am going to set the values, another values, as you can see remaining 6 values. So let me replace it, let me write that, and the third one is you can see that employee seventh one is employee id, that also I am going to write. That also we got from the employee object, whenever we pass the employee object to this method we got it. And let me execute that query, that is execute update. I have to write execute update, I have to write here, and now I am going to make the flag true, so that we can understand our query is work properly and data is going to be updated. For our confirmation, I have going to done this. Now I am going to create the servlet, which is the update employee servlet, which we have to create. So let us create the new class. Let us name that class as update servlet, and click on finish. As we have created the servlet into the similar way, this servlet also extend the HTTP servlet, and into this servlet also there is a method do post method we are going to write here, and that do post method takes the argument of HTTP servlet request instance and response instance. So let me write that code here. An HTTP servlet response, and here you can see that here I have to get all the details from the edit.jsp page here into the from the form that you can see that. Let us into the edit.jsp page. We are getting the ID here. So here you can see that the field which we have hide, so the name of that field I have written is txt id, and the value is I have got from the database, as you can see. That I have to accept here into the update servlet. Let me accept it. By default it is a string, so that I am going to convert it into the integer, that is integer dot parse int. I am going to do this here. And another fields also I have to accept, that is string employee name, email, and mobile number, and whatever I have, whatever user can update. So whatever into the edit.jsp page, that all that things I have to get it into the update servlet. Let me get it, and here you can see that I have got all the details, all that, and store it into variable. Let create the object of employee, so that I can store whatever I data got to that object. Okay, so employee equal to new employee, as we have created the constructor with the employee ID that we require here for updating the data. So I have got the I have created the employee object and set all the values which I got from the edit.jsp page to that employee object. Now we have the ready employee object, so that employee object I have to pass to the update emp method, which is of the employee DAO method. Okay, so let me call that method. To call that method, we have to create the object of the employee DAO. So let me create that object of the employee DAO, and let me give the connection here, connection provider dot get connection, and let me call that method employee DAO dot update employee, and to the parameter you can see that the employee object which we have just created above, that is the parameter to that update employee method. So let me print that out.println data updated successfully. Whether the data is going to be updated perfectly, then only this message will be printed onto the web browser. Before that we have to be register our servlet into the web.xml, which is the deployment descriptor, and this is a very much important step. You can see that in our code, that is we have to be register our servlet into the web.xml deployment descriptor. So servlet name you have to write, which is the update. You can give any name to the servlet, that is up to you. Servlet class also I have given, which is the update servlet, and here URL pattern is the slash update, because into the form action attribute I have given the update. So here you can see that this much, this I am going to tell you. So now again I have to run my code, and let me see whether it going to be successfully run or not. Let me see. Let me restart the server, and here you can see that in front of you, within some time the index.jsp page will get open, and into that page you can see that we will be able to update the data of the employee, particular employee data. We will be able to update. So let me see. So here you can see that, let me see. Here I have run this, and so I have to log into the system, and when I click on edit link here, so let me click on any of the link here. Suppose this link I am going to click. So click on edit, and all the data as you can see that appear here, and into that I am going to get some changes into that code, whatever changes that we want, that is and let me change the qualification also. Let me save this file, and after clicking on that save button, you can see that it says that it is the data updated successfully. That is, whatever the data is going to be we have written, that is going to be updated. As you can see in front of you, into the index.jsp page itself, you can see that the data is going to be updated. But here you can see that we have to be navigate to the index.jsp page again whenever the data is going to be updated, and the beautiful alert message also we have to be display. So for that purpose, let me accept the session, request the session here into the update servlet, request dot get session, and to that session we are going to give the message message m equal to new message, which message object of the message entity which we have created, and let's session dot set attribute message, and that message object I am going to send to the session, and this session is going to be accepted to the index.jsp page, so that into the response this should be go to the index.jsp page. So it is going to be index.jsp page and going to be accept here. So again I am going to run this program, and let's see whether it is going to be run or not. Let wait for some time, as we have changed into the code, so it takes time to load. Let me see. Again you have to log into the system, and here you can see that here this data, suppose I am going to edit. So click on edit, and let me make some changes into the email ID. Into the name also I am going to make some changes, and okay, now again address also little bit going to be changed. And let me see, whenever when I going to be click on that save button, let me see what happened. Let me click on that, and here you can see that in front of you it says that data updated successfully. In this way you can see that we have successfully updated the data, as you can see in front of you, and we have successfully navigated to index.jsp page also, home page also. In this way we have concluded with our complete tutorial series. Please like and share this video if you really like it. Thank you so much guys.